Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. I want to show you how to use chemical fertilizers for your indoor seed starts. Chemical fertilizers they're not toxic, they're not poisons, they're not fake, they're not artificial. Using them solely out in your garden causes issues if you use them 24/7, so to speak. Outside, I use organic fertilizers, I use compost. That's not what we're doing indoors. Inside, you want to make sure that your plants have nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, sulfur, magnesium, all the micronutrients. And the chemical type fertilizers are perfect to use for that. This year, I've been using just the chemical types just to show people how to use them, what the plants look like. They look really healthy. In the past, I used combinations of organic water-solubles, worm castings. But indoors, and if you follow me, you've seen that I've talked about this a lot, I recommend creating a sterile seed starting mix. So your seed starts, the starting mix, there's no soil life in there. You're not going to hurt anything by using the chemical types. If you use chemical types over and over outside, you can cause problems. But truthfully, the bottom line is, outdoors, it doesn't matter what you use as a fertilizer, you have to use compost to build great soil. But inside, we're going for a sterile starting mix. I make my starting mix with a little bit of perlite sometimes, but usually it's just peat moss and vermiculite. I put in boiling water because peat moss can have fungus gnat eggs, and I want to kill them with the boiling water. So everything gets killed off, sterile. If you want to add some fertilizer, the whole problem with the chemical types is they're way too strong. So if you follow the instructions, it doesn't matter what you buy. If it's Miracle Grow, you don't like them, you can get Plant Expert or you can get Vigoro. Those fertilizers are a 24 nitrogen, I think about an 8 phosphorus, maybe a 16 potassium. It's really high numbers. If I put in, if I made fertilizer and used it at full strength on my plants, I would kill them. So you want to use the chemical types at a greatly reduced rate. And usually what they recommend is 1 tablespoon in a gallon of water for outside use. What I recommend is a pinch per gallon. There's a gallon of water in there and another pinch. That's all you need to supply your plants with a low amount of NP and K. And then you would mix this up and I would pour it into my seed starting mix. That provides some NP and K in the beginning, and then I just have a water container, fill it up with a gallon of water, put in 2 pinches of the chemical type fertilizers, and then you can water every other time with it, or you can water every time. When the plants are smaller, watering, every other time is fine. Meaning, when I go to bottom water my seed starts, I already know the seed starts have some fertilizer in there. And then next time, the plants just germinated, they're small, I'm just going to put water in there. As they get bigger, every time I water, I'm just going to use the 2 pinches of the chemical types in the 1 gallon. Now, you can substitute organic fertilizer. So in here, maybe I'm going to use fish emulsion. And this is kind of new. I've just been doing this for a while to get some nutrients into the starting mix in the beginning. This way you're not worrying your plants are starving for fertilizer as they're growing. And I also wanted to simplify it, so you don't need to wait with respect to the fertilizer. So in 1 gallon, maybe I'm going to use Alaska fish emulsion. That's a 511 NP and K. It's fine to put about a tablespoon right into here, mix it through, pour it into here, hydrate your starting mix. It's sterilized, no fungus gnat eggs, and you have either the chemical type fertilizers or the organic fertilizers in there to start. Let me set this up and I'll talk a little bit more. Just want to show you how healthy the plants look. Being fed with the chemical type fertilizers. And again, everything is a chemical, including organics. Organics are best suited for outdoors in my opinion. Indoors, yeah, you can get away with it. They do smell a little bit. They don't provide all the nutrients like the chemical types. Chemical types, if they were designed for anything, they are really useful for growing plants indoors. There's no microbiology, there's no setup of microbes in the soil to do anything. Chemical types aren't going to hurt the plants, and they're really healthy. So what I am doing, I just want to stress, it's really important not to use the chemical types at the outdoor strength or full strength, 2 pinches into a gallon of water is plenty. You want to go low and slow with feeding your plants indoors. It's real easy to over-concentrate. More fertilizer, especially the chemical types, is not good for your plants. You're going to kill them. They're going to sometimes have leaf color changes where they look purple, they look a little bit yellow. We panic, we think they need more water, we think they need more fertilizer, and we kill them. By doing this slow and steady approach, again, chemical types, or using the Alaska fish fertilizer is great to use, using that at a little bit less than full strength, slow and steady. You'll be able to watch your plants. If they don't look good, you add in a little more fertilizer because you know that you've been feeding them at a very low rate and not over concentrating the fertilizers in the soil. Seed starting mix is all set up, has low amounts of fertilizer in there. The plants are going to get off to a great start. Whether or not you use the organic types or the chemical types, that's up to you. They both work. What I wanted to also stress is just putting the fertilizer right into here. It only took me, a decade or two to figure out. Let me just drop in the fertilizer after the water's boiling, disperses through the water, gets through the starting mix. The starting mix is set up nicely now with NP and K. I don't have to worry about when to fertilize the plants. I'm just going to stick to a routine of some fertilizer in a gallon container and then swapping out water one week, fertilizer the next week, and when the plants are bigger, I just go to fertilizer in the water. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com and please subscribe. I'll teach you how to grow plants indoors, take them outside, take care of them, the whole 9 yards. Thanks so much for watching. Don't fear the chemical fertilizers outdoors. You really want to focus on using compost. That's what makes all the difference in your garden. Thanks for watching.